Today's video is going to be about the importance of getting sleep, and for those of you who have trouble sleeping, a way to get it easier. However, I'm also going to talk about the importance of meditation, since they're both connected. Today is January 5th, 2016. This is Michael Curzi coming to you from Lake Tahoe, California, in the United States. Anyways, sleep is important because when you sleep, you may not know this, but you are visiting the spiritual realms when you sleep. If you ever wonder where you go when you sleep, you go to the spiritual realms. However, the problem is most people cannot remember. Even I have trouble remembering a lot of the stuff I dream about. However, yes, science is right. Your dreams are induced by what you think about in your subconscious. However, at the same time, where you go in the spiritual dimensions is dependent upon what you think about in your subconscious. So they're both true simultaneously. Anyways, meditation is actually a technique that improves rest and sleep. Meditation is a process of relaxing the mind, or rather, laxing stress on the mind. By laxing stress on the mind, you basically cleanse your mind. Sleep does that to some degree, but meditation increases the potency of it dramatically. It's worked for me. I've been meditating for several years now, and I've noticed great improvements in myself from doing so. But you may wonder, how does meditation help with sleep? Well, the mechanism of meditation and the mechanism of falling asleep are pretty comparable. In fact, sleep and meditation are like twins. What I mean by this is, when you meditate, you are consciously letting go of things on your mind. There are many types of meditation, but first let me discuss on how you meditate and fall asleep. Meditation is about letting go of your thoughts, thus relaxing your mind, letting go of everything you think, everything you perceive, and just entering a state of being. This connects with sleep, because falling asleep is about letting go of consciousness, the same way that you do it in meditation. So basically, meditation takes practice. It is not a skill you'll be good at right off the bat. You need to work at it. And progressively, you should be able to meditate for longer and longer periods. There's some tools available on YouTube and the internet that help with that. You can type in meditation music or such as a way of helping your mind relax and focus on meditation. When I say focus on meditation, I really mean making your mind blank. When you meditate, you actually help your thoughts progress, because by relaxing the mind in a conscious easing of thought, you actually are removing stress factors. So things that are holding your mind back, like roadblocks, will dissipate. Oftentimes, it's not uncommon for someone to meditate, and then after their meditation, get an answer that they've been seeking internally, and it will just come to them. Now, Meditation, relaxation is key to meditation. When you meditate, you can be sitting, you can be laying in your bed, but simply what you do is you lay down or sit, you close your eyes, and then you relax your mind. You just let go of thought until your mind is blank. Every time a thought hits your mind, you just let it drift away. Don't even think. The key is not thinking. Enter a thoughtless state. By entering a thoughtless state, you actually improve your thinking after you exit that thoughtless state, because it clears your mind. By clearing it, it gives you a fresh slate, a blank slate, in which your thoughts will actually act more clearly and function better. I know the Dalai Lama preaches meditation, and he meditates for many hours each day. However, it is important to meditate each day because it actually helps with your psychological health. So, relax, let go. You won't be completely successful at it at first. However, I can guarantee that if you practice, you'll get better and better at it. Not only will you be able to meditate longer and longer, but you'll be able to meditate more and more accurately. Now, this applies to sleep because sleep is letting go of your wakeful consciousness. When you sleep, you let go of your consciousness. You're still the same person when you wake up, but letting go of your consciousness does not mean that you're letting go of yourself or your identity. That will remain. So do not be afraid to let go of everything. Let go of everything in your mind. That includes your perception of reality, even. Basically, if you have a calm, relaxed mind, a blank mind, you gain rest. Meditation can actually reduce drowsiness. If you're drowsy, but you don't have time to sleep, if you meditate, it will actually rest you physically and mentally. So, listen to music without words. I know there's sleep hypnosis meditations on YouTube. Those are effective for someone starting out. However, when you get better and better at it, the wordless ones are actually better. There are various ways you can meditate. Basically, what I just discussed is letting go of all thought, all perception. And through that letting go, you basically let go to the point where you fall asleep. Instead of falling asleep normally, just letting sleep hit you, if you meditate yourself to sleep, you will actually sleep better, be more rested, and be more aware of where you go when you sleep. The vast majority of our dreams we will not remember. And that's okay. But you will understand with time that meditation is wakeful sleeping. Now, simply, another form of meditation is you pick a focus. Think of one thing. Try and condense it to one word. If that's not possible, as few words as possible. Blank your mind and keep that one focus on there. Basically, that one focus is the only thing on your mind. Do not let your thoughts escalate in this form of meditation. Just that one focus. And then you'll start to see images or things in the mental plane. Things that you'll basically get insights on what you're meditating about. Now, I don't mean don't think in this form of meditation, but I mean don't let your thoughts get off topic or out of control. Keep that focus, and keep the focus implanted right here. Think of it as you put that focus above your head in your crown chakra. And then you let that focus reveal to you what you need to know. Your truths come from within you. Another person cannot tell you your truths or your reality. You alone are responsible for finding out your internal truths. So simply practice this. Another form of meditation is where you actually astral project or visualize. You enter that meditation state, slow breathing, and you exit basically your current perception, and you enter a visualization of whatever you want to accomplish. Visualize it and experience it inside your mind. In this form of meditation, you basically look within and you travel your imagination, and you visualize what you want to visualize. It could be anything, but I urge you to make it sure it's positive. Thus, it will have a positive impact on you. Now, when you visualize, you experience reality in a way that's your imagination. This is actually magic, in the sense that you will gain an experience that could be any experience. You could be any one you want. You could be anything you want. The key in this visualizing meditation is to come to understandings of things that you are trying to gain understanding of, or that you are not familiar with. If you do not understand someone else, try and use your imagination and meditation to perceive what that person is like, to be that person. You will not lose your identity, but you'll gain an understanding of at least what is partially like to be someone else. So, basically, you need to visualize an experience, and you need to make it real in your mind. You can experience anything you want. In this form, your dreams are your reality. And what you visualize is what you experience. If you have negative thoughts while you visualize, you'll have a very negative experience in this meditation. That's why it's important to keep your thoughts positive. Now, I'll go over a form of meditation and the meditation exercise right now. Here's something you can do to help meditate. When you want to start, follow these steps. You want to breathe from your center. Imagine when you breathe that you're breathing through your nose. Actually breathe through your nose. If your nose is congested from allergies or something, it's okay to breathe through the mouth. But you want to make sure, focus on your breath going down the center of your lungs. Imagine it going down the center of your throat, but down to your core. You should feel it deep in your lungs. And just breathe in and out, gradually slowing down until you reach a steady, slow pace with your breathing. And then, when your breathing settles, feel starting from your feet, going all the way up to your head, your whole body. Let your body relax. Let go of strain on your muscles and let go of tension within your body. Let your body relax. And then, once you're breathing slowly and your body is relaxed, as this happens, you gradually let your mind slow down. Part of what gets us into trouble and in rash decisions or impulsive things is because we let our minds run too fast. Thus, we inevitably skip, like a record skipping, so to say. Basically, we skip and we make errors in judgment. So, let your mind relax. You can do any of the forms of meditation I've discussed. There are others, and I encourage you to research other forms of meditation. There are many, many forms of meditation. There's no one way to do it. I just give you examples of types that I do. Does not make them right, does not make them wrong. But they're just a way to meditate. And you'll understand when you do it more and more, the better you get at it. Simply by following these steps I've just covered, you can fall asleep. Basically, to meditate yourself to sleep, you have to let go of thought to the point where you fall unconscious, asleep. It is letting go of consciousness that makes you fall asleep. Thus, you go into unconsciousness. And by going into unconsciousness, then you are asleep. If you just want to do a simple meditation session, let yourself drift right to the edge of unconsciousness. However, stay in the conscious side of it. And then that will be the ideal place for meditation. For sleep, just let yourself cross that line. You may not experience what I'm saying at first. That's why I say it's important to practice. Practice makes perfect. I once heard someone say, practice makes perfect, but nobody's perfect, so why practice? Well, simply to counter that, practice makes perfect, but perfection is a perception. Your perception of perfection is not someone else's. So why practice if you're never going to be perfect? Because improving yourself is a lifelong commitment and goal. If you focus on making yourself better a little bit each day of your life, becoming more and more the person you want to be, you will inevitably make progress. It'll seem slow day by day, but then when you think back, it'll seem like, wow, I've really changed myself into a better person that I want to be. You choose who you are. Your choices make who you are. Your thoughts make who you are. And your thoughts are choices. You choose what you think about. Your unconscious reflects your conscious thoughts. So does your subconscious. So basically, if your subconscious keeps popping negative thoughts in your mind, that's because you inputted them from your conscious mind. Basically, so fight those negative thoughts by letting go of them, not through violent means of thought. And what I mean by that is not by forcing it down, because if you suppress it, it'll just come back stronger. Every reaction has an equal opposite reaction. Basically, the key to solving that is just letting go of it. If you let go of your negative thoughts, day by day, they're coming from your subconscious. That includes fear, anger, anything that's a negative thought. Just let go of it. But be careful. Do not suppress it. Suppression is bad because you're not dealing with your problems if you suppress it. You're basically just pushing them down to a later date. And pushed back problems never get solved. Look at our Congress, for example. Isn't it a mess? That's exactly why pushing back problems is a bad thing. Congress keeps pushing back the national debt again and again and again. The super committee of years ago failed, though the people seem to have forgotten the issue of debt. It's almost 19 trillion right now, though we haven't paid attention to it recently at all. My point is, Congress kept pushing down the problem, which is how much money we owe others, and by pushing it down and not dealing with it, they have let it accumulate more and more, making America more and more in the hole. If they don't solve it someday, they will collapse this country's economy. We're pretty close to it right now. But simply, my point is, you solve the problem of negative thought by letting go of it. Simply release it. Imagine a filter going through your entire body, and the filter filters out anything negative. To do this properly, you let go of what is negative. You imagine a filter of light going through you, capturing all negative thoughts. Trauma from the past is actually a clinging on to negative thoughts of that experience. If something in the past still causes us grief, such as a grudge, or such as fear, any sort of trauma, that trauma is simply you holding on to the negative thought. As I've discussed in my last video, you have to let go of these things. And you let go simply by just releasing it. So my point is, create a filter of white light. Imagine, use visualization to accomplish this. Imagine a filter, and it goes through your entire body. Visualize this. And as the filter goes through, the filter is like a spoon scooping up anything that feels negative. Anger, hatred, fear, and you let it go. It will only linger, and the filter will only be ineffective if you cling to it. By doing so, you are helping yourself by letting go of it. You help yourself by letting go. So imagine the filter goes through your mind, and in the past, when you have had negative experience, negative memories, you can learn from every one of them. But to do so, you have to let go of the negative emotions attached to that. That is simply weighing down your soul like lead weights. And you don't want to weigh down your soul by lead weights. A heavy soul feels uncomfortable, feels miserable. And I see so many people these days with negativity just weighing them down. Oftentimes, they don't even realize that they're weighed down until after they let go of it. And you'll feel light, pure, when you let go of negative thought. If the filter doesn't work, it's because you're not letting go of it. Simply, you have to let yourself let go. And letting go of things is a big part of meditation, falling asleep, and a good lesson to learn. Because if somebody hits you upside the head, well, it's going to be hard to let go on the spot. But if you're practiced at it, you'll keep your cool. If someone gets very agitated and out of control at you, if you allow yourself to get caught up in negative emotion, you will also be out of control. You will not be in control of yourself, really. You'll be run by these negative emotions, and you will not be yourself. And then, because you're out of control, you'll later regret what you did. If you don't, that means you're polarized to negativity, and you really need to let go of it. But when you make a mistake in intense emotion, it's because you let those emotions escalate instead of letting them go. It's a hard lesson to learn. It's easy for me to say this, and easy for me to do it only because I practiced. And only after clinging on to negative emotions and trauma for over a decade. And I am only 23 years old. So, it took me a long time to learn this lesson. If I had learned it sooner, I would be so much better off right now. But I'm pretty well off right now, because I have learned this lesson. So thank you for viewing. If you have any requests on topics for me to speak about, or others to speak about, please leave them in the comments, or shoot me an email. Take care. May God bless you all, and have a blessed day. Amen.